Okay, we'll do it again for you. 1, he grabs the wrist, he pulls away. I hit number 14, he comes up. Then he strikes at me, I block it, he punches. Now, I come straight up here to his nose. He blocks it, he open right here, I'll take that. He's got the next aggressive move, I block down. I punch, grab for his throat, he does right here. Now watch, I punch over top, he blocks. Nice kick block. Now I punch his ribs, he pushes down. Now watch what he does, he brings his hand across this part, pulling me in, and then comes up. What I have to do is get away from it because he's going to collapse that on, right? And then he tries to strike, I block it. I try to strike, he blocks it, and we block in. Now we step 1, 2 to start the 420 punches. I punch down 1, 2. Now, when you watch him, when he punches, 1, I take the hand across the body. I want you to look at this. If I do this, I've missed the range. I can't control the strike. But if I come out here, almost like I'm coming in to strike as well as a block, and then when I rotate down here, I've got a strike as well. So I want to make sure my strike becomes a punch, my punch becomes a strike, right? So when he punches again, now what he does, now I want you to notice right here, as soon as I start to strike, he turns his hand over to block my strike. I want you to clearly understand this. There's 3 different blocks going on at the same time. He strikes, I block it. Right? Follow me? If he doesn't do anything, I'm going to be able to do this right here. Got it? So as I'm doing this right here, as I start to do that, he turns his hand over slightly, which does what to my attack? Negates it, throws it off slightly. My next, now he's got the upper hand, doesn't he? So what I want to do is then negate his. Now you see, he's so stiff. Just relax. Now I've got my strike. Does he want me to take it? Absolutely not. So as I start to take it, what he does is pulls his hand back, which traps me and stops me from hitting my strike. So now what I've got to do is, I see that coming, I feel the release, I've got to block again. Once again, I'm coming in to go to his throat. He feels that, he turns his wrist over. Immediately as I'm doing this block. See that? So he turns it over. Now what happens next? Then I go for mine, he blocks it, good, and he strikes again. So I've got to take it at a 45-degree inverted strike to the throat. Otherwise, you've got a good rhythm thing going on here. Obviously, you can do rhythm. You can do it like this. That's okay. It's nothing. Just keep watching. You can do it, right? You can do it. It's fine. That's nothing wrong. But do you fight like that? No. You've got to remember, a strike is a block and a block is a strike. So once again, when we're right here, I block across the strike. He stops it by just turning his wrist. The small things are the big things. The big things are the small things. To jump into the air, you only do one thing with it, right? You jump into the air. This, small movements, adjust the velocity and the direction of the person's strike. It's very important we understand that in this particular mode. All right, so all I do is I come in, simply turns his wrist. That's all he has to do. Now, he tries to hit me, I got to block it. Now, I try to get him, he pulls a hand back. Now, he punches again. You see it? So remember, block with this part right here. That's what Gocho blocks. Good, on the third one, he turns it over, and then he tries to hit right here. What I got to do is I block like that. Right, so I come across it to block. So we're in a kind of a stalemate right here, right? So the next motion is I punch up because I'm over here and he punches down. So we got a stalemate. Now, here comes kind of a really neat objective of why we turn. It wouldn't be no need to turn unless this next movement happens. What I do is I'm kicking his common peroneal nerve right here. I'm pushing down on this hand to strike his center line and kick right here. And this hand is coming around like this, and I'm going around. You see this if you go back and look at set sparring. This is a movement in a set sparring. So this is what happens, right? If you were to continue to go. So what happens here, though, in our particular version of it, is as soon as I kick, he steps across, nullifies that. where my knee is now on top. Now what happens next is when I step out, he's got a bar lock position. And what I do is I turn my body away and get it out. So right here now, I'm facing this. So he takes the punch. I drop the body. Just relax. It's way too tense. Right here. Same thing's going to happen. 1, 2, 2 tense. Relax. 3, pull in.